Hi, Mike DeLisio from Solo Mode Games. Today I've got a special Kickstarter preview for Rocks of Ruin, an expansion for Explorers of the North Sea by Shem Phillips. In Rocks of Ruin, our Vikings face greater challenges, greater dangers, and have more opportunities for glorious explorations across the sea. I do want to mention to you that I'm going to be using prototype components in today's video, so they may not be exactly what you get in your finished copy, but I think you'll get a pretty good idea. I'm using both captains from the expansion because I wanted you to get as much of a taste of this as you possibly can, and it's also nice in that the now fifth player is in the color of purple, which happens to be my favorite color anyway. So just keep that in mind as you're taking a look, that things may vary a little bit in this video from what you would receive in the finished product. Anyway, let's go on over to the table, take a look. Okay, here we have a solo setup for Rocks of Ruin, the expansion for Explorers of the North Sea. Things have gotten considerably more dangerous for our explorers. We now have rocky outgrowths that cause shipwrecks. We have heavily guarded fortresses, along with our traditional enemy ships that we've had to deal with, and all of the other dangers that a Viking might expect on their journeys. So, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the differences between the base game and the expansion. One thing you'll notice is that now every player has a player board. And quickly, you have three structures that you are going to be potentially able to build. One is a mill. You can now deliver livestock to this building rather than going back to your home base. You can potentially build a workshop. This now allows you to build an outpost with one Viking instead of two. You've got the barracks, which will allow you to take one more Viking when you're moving across land. That will allow you to move with three Vikings instead of two. They also will allow you to have influence on a particular island. The amounts don't really apply in the solo game. You now also have Shipwrecked Tokens that at the beginning of the game are face down, so you don't know what they are until you go over there and salvage a shipwreck, which takes an action. You can get lumber, which you'll need to build one of these structures. You can get a token that will immediately gain you 2 additional actions. You get a battering ram, which can make it so it's one less Viking to raid a settlement or fortress, and then you can simply find some gold in that shipwreck, and that'll gain you 3 VP at game end. You also have a place to keep your outposts, your 5 outposts, and here are the 3 new actions that you can take in Rocks of Ruin. You can salvage a shipwreck. That just requires 1 Viking on the same land tile that the shipwreck is on, and 1 action. You can build a structure. That requires 1 action, 1 timber, which you'd get right here, and 1 Viking. And raiding a fortress is a free action. However, it requires 5 Vikings. It could be 4 if you've got a battering ram. You can never spend more than 1 battering ram token, so you can never go lower than 4 on a fortress. The fortress also has a high potential of causing your Vikings to go to Valhalla. All right. Here are the 2 new adventurers included with Rocks of Ruin, and I'm going to go ahead and play with both of these so you get an idea of both of them. The adventurer. At the end of the game, you'll gain an additional VP for every shipwreck token still on your dashboard. So if you have shipwreck tokens here that you have not used, each of those will gain you 1 VP. And then you've got the berserker, 1 additional VP for each Viking death. So now your deaths in Valhalla are even more glorious than before. But as always in the solo game, you're going to get the lowest of those 2 scores. So I'm going to have to be looking towards both of those. All right. Let me go ahead and place these on my sheet, and next to my sheet, I'm going to place my outposts on the corresponding spots, my barracks, my workshop, and my mill. Okay? The last thing is in the multiplayer game, there is a slight difference when you include the Rocks of Ruin expansion. You would have 3 face-up tiles at every turn, and you could choose from a face-up tile or the face down stack, but in the solo game that's not the case. It's going to be just like it was with the Explorers in the North Sea. You're going to draw 3 place 2, and discard 1. And so with no further ado, let's go ahead and get going here. I'm going to draw my first 3 tiles. All right, so we right away have some shipwrecks. All 3 of these denote shipwreck tokens. So I'm going to place 2 of these and discard 1. Let's go here. These are all face down, as I mentioned. You have to spend an action to reveal them. And let's go here as well. No, let's go here. Let's go here. And I discard 1, place token there. I've got my traditional 4 actions. So let's go ahead and start salvaging some shipwrecks. 1 action, 2 action, unload for 3. I'm now on the same land tile. Let's find out what we got. We got some lumber. That's fantastic. I'm going to place that on my board, and that means that now I could potentially build a structure on my next turn. Here we go, 3 more tiles. All right, we've got a settlement, we've got some goats, and we've got another settlement. So let's see here. I'm thinking we're going to do this. Go ahead and place a settlement. That's a 4 strength. And let's go ahead and put out those goats. There we go. All right, I'm going to load back onto my ship here. Actually, do I want to build? I could build I think what I want to do is build a workshop because I want to be able to build outposts. All right, so I'm going to spend 1 action. I'm going to spend my timber, and I'm going to build the workshop. All right, that gets built on the same tile that you are. So there was my first action. Second action, I'll go ahead and get on board here. Third action, I will unload. And fourth action, I'm going to move here. I'm going to want to build an outpost here, and I'm going to want to salvage that shipwreck. I could not build an outpost here because you cannot have 2 structures on the same tile. All right, here we go. Let's draw our next 3. We've got some piggies, we've got more goats, and we've got more piggies. Lots of livestock. All right, if I wanted to build a mill, I can maybe get that livestock more easily delivered. Let's go ahead and put the pigs out. And do we want to go with more goats? I'm kind of partial to goats, I'm not going to lie. I just love the option that there are goats, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I will salvage this for my first action. This gives me a battering ram. That's always helpful. And then I'll take 2 more actions and build my first outpost. So that's my 3rd action by doing that. Okay, and then for 4, let's go and head up towards the goat. All right. 3 more tiles. We've got sheep, we've got a shipwreck, and we've got another settlement. All right. Let's do this. Put a shipwreck token out. Let's do this. Put out some sheep. And let's start getting this goat back to the ship. 1, 2, load for 3. Oops. No, overboard. Goat overboard. All right, he's back in. And we'll go 4. All right, let's get 3 more tiles here. We've got 2 shipwrecks and an enemy ship. All right. Well, I would not mind getting an enemy ship. Let's do this to close out that island, put a shipwreck token there, and let's do this, get the enemy ship out there. All right, 1, unload for 2. Let's see about gaining control of this island. 3 and 4. I will likely build another outpost there. All right. We've got cows, we've got settlement, and we've got more cows. So we're sure to see some cows on this turn. That's always an exciting thing. All right, here we go. We've got a 3-strength settlement there. Can I close this? I can do this. Okay, put out some cows. Okay, I think first thing I'm going to do, pig's upside down. I'm going to spend 2 more actions to put another outpost there. 2, 3, and let's go 4 so I can salvage that shipwreck. 3 more tiles. Did I have 3? Nope, that was 4. There we go. Aha, our first fortress. Fortress are heavily guarded. They take 5 Vikings to raid them. When you do so, you are very likely to gain some Viking death. There is one token that gives you, I believe it's 6 points and no deaths, but most of them, I believe all of the other ones have at least 1 Viking death. The other thing that you have to keep note of with these is that you cannot score a completed island if you have not successfully raided that fortress. So it's a bit of a push your luck. You're taking a calculated risk. You need to be able to successfully raid that. I'm going to go ahead and put it out. I'm going to put it right there. You take one of these and you place it there, and I don't know what's on the other side until I get to it. All right, let's put some pigs out there as well. Okay, so first action, I got myself 2 additional actions if I'd like them. So that's 1, I've already got a goat, 2, 3, and let's load up Senor Piggy, and that's my turn. 3 more tiles. We've got some enemy ships and we've got some sheep. All right, let's see. I would like to try to close this out if I could, or get it closer to closing. Maybe do this, put some sheep out, and maybe do this, put out an enemy ship. Oh, that should not be. I'm going to shuffle these back up, and I keep knocking them over. Shuffle these up, put a new one out there. Okay, discard that. All right, 1, unload for 2, and let's pick up another Viking for 3 and start sailing off towards this direction. 4. Okay. All right, we've got some enemy ships and we've got a settlement. Let's see here. I'll do this. I think I may want to do that. This could be a big island, but it is risky. It's going to be hard to complete that. All right. Let's do that. Enemy ship out there. All right. So let's see. I would like to start getting some potentially... I'd like to get Vikings onto this island so that I can start getting ready to knock that out. I only need 4 with my battering ram. 1, 2, 3, and let's give it a shot. 4. No Viking deaths on that. All right. Now, I'm definitely looking for some Viking deaths because my Berserker gives me additional VP each time. All right, we've got horses. We've got a shipwreck, and we've got an enemy ship. All right. As you can tell here, trying to get to a point where I can close this island out relatively. I don't think this is necessarily, this is making it larger. All right, so let's hold off on that. Let's do this, put a shipwreck here. Let's do this to close that island out. Put an enemy ship there. Okay. Let's unload for 1. Let's go 2, 3. Go ahead and take care of that, raid that settlement. And for 4, I'm going to have to bring one of my guys back here so I can keep sailing. 4. All right. We've got a shipwreck. We've got piggies. We've got chickens. The first sign of chickens, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's put those chickens out. Ooh. And can't quite do that. We can't quite make that work. Let's do this. Some piggies out there. All right. Hop back in the ship for 1. I cannot go there because I do not have the strength. I have to have at least 2 Vikings to encounter an enemy ship. 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to want to go ahead and pick up that token. We've got a settlement. We've got goats, and we've got another settlement. All right. Can I get closer to closing this out? Not as of yet. All right. I may have put myself in a bit of a pickle here. We'll see. Okay. Nope, can't do that. I can do this. Put out the goats. And can do this. Kind of adjusting my ocean here a little bit. 3. Okay, so 1 action. I got myself some lumber, which is good. I can build, I think I may just go ahead and build an outpost here. So my first action was that. 2 and 3, oops. Actions 2 and 3 is there. I'm trying to adjust this. For getting back to the ship, I'm going to bring some more Vikings over there. Okay, we've got shipwreck, shipwreck, shipwreck. Rocks of ruin everywhere. Okay, let's see here. That would have been a good one. I really should, if I hadn't had that there, it would have been okay. Cannot do that. Yeah, I may have locked myself out here. We'll find out. Could do this and then hope that there's something that just gives me land and then water. Let's go ahead and give that a shot. Hope for the best. Put out a shipwreck. All of these are going to have shipwrecks. Can't do that. All right, I may be looking at this. Okay, put out another shipwreck. Okay, hopping back in the ship. 1, I'm going to have to take the long way around because I can't go through here. 2, 3, and 4. Right now what I'm going to be doing is picking up some more Vikings to take them up to that fortress and raid that. We've got goats. We've got settlement. And we've got a shipwreck. All right. Did I finally? No, not quite. That would have been nice, but no cigar. You can do this. All right, get some goats out there. And can't quite do that. Can do this. Get a shipwreck out there. Okay, heading back home. 1, 2, 3. Load up with 2 more Vikings. 4. Okay. All right, we've got enemy ship. We've got horses, and we've got another fortress. All right, now I want to be careful where I place this fortress because, again, if I don't successfully raid it, then I'm not going to get credit for that island. So, I don't know. I don't have to place it, but it sure seems like it would be beneficial to do so. I don't necessarily want it that far away. I don't have a lot of options here. I can do, oh boy, no. I could do this. All right. Is that in frame? Yes, it is. Okay, we'll go ahead and put a token on there. It may not go down there. We'll see. I tried that. I can do this. Put an enemy ship there. Okay. All right. So now we're heading back to this island to see if we can't raid that fortress. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Be wonderful if I can get a tile that would close that out. We've got cattle. We've got horses. We've got chickens. Does this one allow me to do it? Yay! Look at that. Hurrah! So this will be a nice island for me to claim as my own. I will likely build a structure on this so that I can do so. Get that claim and not lose any Vikings. Okay, let's do this. Get some horses out there. And discard that. Okay. 1, 2, because I'm only going to need, although I could take them all out and not waste my, maybe let's do that. I'm not going to waste my settlement, or my battering ram. 3 and 4. Now, do I want to take an extra turn to bring him out there? I think it's worth it for me to wait, to take an extra turn and save that battering ram in case I want to use it down here. All right. We've got chickens. We've got a shipwreck, and we've got a settlement. All right. Let's go ahead and some chickens here. Maybe facing up. And let's do this. Put out the Shipwrecked Token. Okay, so first action. He goes there. We now, for a free action, can raid that fortress. Let's see what we get. Wow, 6 big points and 1 Viking going to Valhalla. Okay, so one of these goes away, dies a glorious Viking death. All right, that was actually my first action. That was a free action to do that. So now I'm going to build a structure. I'll build, let's build an out. Well, boy, it would be nice to build a mill here because I have a lot of livestock. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend my lumber, go ahead and build a mill. It's going to have to be on that token, on that tile, I should say. All right. So that was action 2. Let's go ahead and go 3 and 4 and deliver him home. All right. Here we go. 3 more tiles. We've got piggies. We've got an enemy ship. We've got chickens. All right, let's go ahead and close this island out. Well, actually, we're not quite closed out. We're getting closer, though. Chickens. We can close it out here, though, with some piggies. Potentially, I can get back here and see about claiming this island as well. All right. I've got pigs. I could use those chickens. So let's get one of those and bring it back to the mill. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and deliver that to the mill. All right, that's good, that's good. We've got a shipwreck, we've got pigs, we've got sheep. All right, let's see here. Let's... No. Do this. Well, let's do this. Get the pigs there. And we'll do this. Get a shipwreck token out there. And let's start bringing our Vikings home. 1, 2, let's do this. 3, okay, and 4. All right. We've got a shipwreck, we've got goats, and we've got a settlement. All right. Let's see here. We can do this. Some goats there. And we can do this. And put another shipwreck there. All right. So right now, I'm not doing great on my captain cards because I'd only be getting 1 point. I have 2 tokens, but I only have 1 Viking death. So I'm really trying to kill off some Vikings here, to be honest with you. Okay, 1, 2. I do have to leave him on there. Let's go ahead and claim this island. 3 and 4. All right. I don't think I'm going to be able to close out this island and get there. I mean, that would be nice. If there's a way I can pull it off, I'll give it a shot. I'll go there. Shipwreck. No. Can do that, but that's making it even larger. So I'm going to hold off on that. I don't really think that's looking good for me, but let's see here. This. That's a 4. All right. 1, 2 gives us some lumber. I could build my barracks if I wanted to, but I'm more than likely going to keep that there. I'm going to use my last 2 actions to build another outpost. I'm okay on placement there. Okay. So that was 4. It's getting close to end game here. We've got shipwreck, we've got enemy ship, we've got chickens. All right, let's see. Are there other islands that I should be looking to complete? I could get some smaller islands over here. There's actually, I already got that one. So I'm kind of trying to look at completing islands now if I can. I'll put this here, although I think it's very unlikely that I'm going to be able to complete it. Put an enemy ship there. I probably need to try to lose another couple of Vikings here too, if I can. And I'll do this. Put some chickens there. Okay. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Raid that. And 4. Okay, 2 more turns. So I really probably need to lose another, see if I can lose another couple of Vikings coming over here. We've got a fortress, we've got a shipwreck, and another shipwreck. Yeah, it'd be lovely to get these fortresses knocked out, but I'll go ahead and place it because why not? It looks pretty. All right. And don't see another island that I can complete. Can I complete this? Wow, no, I cannot. I cannot because I can't match there. Nope. All right, let's just do that. Place a shipwreck token. Okay, let's see if we can. I'd love to be able to lose a Viking here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ah, no such luck. Normally it might make you happy, but I'd really like to get an extra point for my captain, so I don't think that's going to happen. Last 3 tiles, we've got a outpost, we've got a shipwreck, and we've got sheep. All right. Let's do this. 2-point outpost there, or settlement, I should say. Let's do this. Get some sheep out. And here are my final 4 turns. Let's see here. Where am I going to potentially get points? I don't think I'm within any place where I can get a death. 1, 2, 3. Now the nearest enemy ship is down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 1 away. Now I could do this. I think that's what I'm going to do because then I could potentially get 2. So I'm going to spend this. Looks like maybe some bread and maybe some meat in there. spend 2 additional actions. So that's going to give me 6 actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to hope for a Valhalla. Oh, no such luck. Okay, and so for 6, let's just sail right back here. Okay, so there's the end game. What I'm going to do now is just take a pause on the camera, and I'm going to add up my final score, and I'll come back with you and let you know how I did. Okay, I'm back. Let's take a look at how I did. Okay, so I got 10 points for having 4 different livestock. All right. I got 14 points for constructing 4 out of 5 of my outposts. 4 points on my enemy ships. Settlements, I had 6 points. Fortresses, I had 6 points. Viking deaths, only 1. That's a shame. 32 points out of islands. I was able to claim this large island because I successfully raided that fortress. I got this island, this island, this island, and this island. That gave me 32 points. That was the bulk of my points. I did not find any gold washed up in those shipwrecks. And this is the one that hurt. I was only able to get 1 point from my berserker. I would have gotten an extra point out of my adventurer because I ended up with 2 of the shipwrecked tokens still on my dashboard. But all told, I ended with a final score of 74. All right, well, there you have it. Rocks of Ruin, the expansion for Explorers of the North Sea. Hopefully you got a good idea on how the game is played and what this expansion adds with very little extra rules overhead. I'm going to come back with some final thoughts after this. So thank you so much. I'll be right back. Okay, so there you have Rocks of Ruin, expansion for Explorers of the North Sea. Hopefully you can see from that playthrough that while there's not a whole lot of rules overhead, in addition to what was already in the game, there's a whole lot of new opportunities. I really, really enjoy what this expansion brings. To me, the best types of expansions are ones where the games are fundamentally expanded upon, but you don't feel like you're playing a completely different game. There's not a tremendous amount of new rules or mechanics to keep track of. And I think that's one thing that Rocks of Ruin does tremendously well. For the amount of game that's added, the amount of rules overhead is remarkably low. I just feel like you have so many more opportunities on your turn to do something that distinguishes you from other players if you're in the multiplayer game, or in the solo game like you saw here. It just opens up your variability. There's so many different routes you can take. If you need to focus on larger islands, you can do that. If you want to put everything into raiding those fortresses, you can do so, but you have to be careful because so many of the new elements of the game will give you chances for your Vikings to go to Valhalla. And I can tell you in one of the games I played, not the one that was filmed, I had lost so many Vikings through doing other things that I was not able to claim a large island because I only had 4 Vikings left, actually 3 Vikings left, and so therefore I wasn't able to raid that last Viking even with a battering ram token. And so speaking of those tokens, I think those are wonderful. I love the new structures, being able to bring your livestock home in different areas of the board, being able to move more Vikings, having an ability to use fewer Vikings on a raid. All of those are great. You don't have to use them, but they're there if you want to. The shipwreck tiles are wonderful. I always find myself drawn to trying to get those, and if you do that, it's going to take you away from doing something else. So there's always that risk reward. Where do I want to go? I never quite know exactly which way I want to go. I want to do everything. And to me, that's another sign of a great game, is that you want to do everything, but you can't do everything. You have to figure out what works best for you. So Explorers of the North Sea was a game that I already tremendously enjoyed as a solo experience. And with Rocks of Ruin, it's just gone even further. I would say that at this point, based on the plays I've had of this has taken a battering ram into my top 5 solo games of all time. And so hopefully you got a pretty good idea of how the game plays and if it's something that works for you. Again, I think it's really the amount of game to the play time to the rules overhead. It's all wonderful to me. I get a really good experience with quick setup, quick teardown. Um, it's just a wonderful game, and I really appreciate what this expansion brings. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got a good impression of the game and feel like you understand how it works in the solo mode. And I appreciate your time. Thank you so much, and have a great day.